Autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder, and what that means is that it's a brain-based disorder. Children are born with autism. The main areas that are affected in autism are social skills and social development, and also there is the presence of what we call restricted or repetitive behaviours.
It all began for me with the counsellor at Ben's school, who rang up at the end of a 10-week session and said, "I'm just finishing up, and by the way, I think he has Asperger's. Did I mention that to you?" And I went, "No." And she went, "Well, I think he does. I think you better get him assessed. Bye-bye." Put the phone down. I didn't know where to go, to be honest.
We try and explain it using the concept of a spectrum. And the spectrum is a range of abilities and disabilities. So on the mild end of the spectrum, it's more about abilities and mixed with some difficulties. And on the more severe end, it's more focusing on the difficulties and what we can do to try and support some of those.
Ben is what would now be called high functioning, was called Asperger's, it's now high functioning autism. The areas that he falls down in is comprehension. He can read a story, but he might not necessarily grasp the message in the story. Nathan, with the autism, it's lower functioning, so he doesn't have the ability to regulate his temper. He doesn't recognise it, but it wasn't until we had the assessment done that everything sort of fell into place and it made more sense.
Some behaviours are more obviously challenging, and that might be individuals who might hit or kick or spit. They might injure themselves in some way by biting or banging their head, but there are also a range of other behaviours which might include not engaging in activities, refusing to do certain things. We try and help people make sense of these, and I guess every behaviour, there's a reason for it and a purpose behind it. And what we have to do is try and look at the whole person.
I hope that wherever they go in life, that they're accepted for the people that they are. Not for any labels or anything like that, but just for the people that they are.